What's good with YouTube? You already know, Big Flacco with the Convicts Reaction, where I smash, dash, and react. Please hit the like, subscribe, comment, do all those things to help support this channel, and hit that bell notification for future fire reactions. So, I was listening to this video, Unity, that came from J4L Records or whatever, BFD, and a whole bunch of other rappers from out the valley, Sacramento, and other areas, right? And it's just lit, man. Straight fire. And there's something a little bit different as opposed to other Unity albums I've seen in the past from either the south or up north, right? And that is that you had a lot of real ones on this track. Not just real ones, you had a combination of YGs and OGs on here, right? Some of these dudes I've known from the system, from way back in the days when I was in the pen, right? Some of them are some new cats. But in any event, right, these are just dudes that you don't hear every day dropping albums or dropping tracks. BFD is the most noticeable out of all of them. But in my eyes, when you have these dudes that you haven't even seen on other tracks really, or they've done just features, right? And these dudes got more heat than cats like Lefty Gunplay and Bozo, it makes my point. The North does have better rappers than down south. And they were dissing the rappers from down south, and they were dissing Lefty Gunplay, all these other rappers. And like I said, this wasn't happening about 6 months ago, 3 months ago. There really wasn't too many tracks that were dissing rappers from down south. But I told you guys, eventually, with all the shit talking that some people were doing, eventually this is what it was going to lead to. Motherfuckers were going to clap back. And it seems now, man, there's been about 3 or 4 songs just in the past 2 months that the North have came out straight going in on Lefty Gunplay and Bozo. And straight up, this may sound biased. I guess it is biased. So what? But it's also the truth. These northern rappers, the ones that have gone in and responded back to some of the stuff that's coming from like Lefty and Bozo and other rappers, they're basically shitting on these cats with their rap skills all fucking day. This new one, Unity, it showed a couple things. It showed how the North can be united. There's always carnalismo, there's always unity, there's always togetherness. But like I said, I like that they had some OGs on there rapping that came with some fucking heat, some youngsters. It was a good combination, man. It was a dope track. There was a lot of dissing of the South though. There was a little bit dissing of Lefty Gunplay. There was some mention of No Jumper. And like I said, all that pretty much was initiated by what was going on ever since that Gold Toes fucking Wake Up album, and then Lefty went on fucking No Jumper. There's been a lot of shit talking. And I think it reached its peak when they started going in on Lazy Boy just for going in on No Jumper, which many people have said Lazy Boy did nothing to disrespect the South. But they just started to disrespect Lazy Boy and went all in on him. Now the North have responded. And it doesn't seem like they're going to fucking leave this alone, because I've heard a few rap tracks recently that they're talking some major shit. Okay? Do I support or condone it? Now, I don't mind them clapping back one time, right? But I think that people may get a little carried away and bad things can happen behind this. But like I said, one side, in my personal opinion, instigated it first. Does that make it all right for the other side? Yes, it does. It does make it all right. This is a rap game where dissing and clapping back is something of the norm, okay? But this is some shit that's a lot more serious, and there could be some consequences for it. Now, it seems like the moment of truth is going to be coming pretty soon. What happens with bands after the No Jumper interview is pretty much going to pattern where all this shit goes from here. It's going to be continuous fucking clap back. It's going to be continuous shit talking. Who knows? Will eventually the big homies from either side get involved, which I really doubt. More so if they're going to get involved, I think more so from the North. You know what I'm saying? They like to maintain a more low profile, and you know what I'm saying? Everything that goes on pretty much in Northern California, they're going to have their hands on. It seems like some of these cats down south, they're paying, but they have a little bit more liberty to do things that they want to do. Crazy how a year ago, people were talking about doing a track together, a northern and a southerner, and there was a little bit more unity being spoken about, and all it took was a couple individuals to start barking, right? Start clapping, start taking shots, and now you have what you have in front of us. And I warned everybody, I told everybody, I said, look, The North are supposed to show professionalism. They're not supposed to really engage or clap back, but there's only so much they're going to take before they start responding back. And I think when they started putting names, right, to those they were dissing, it opened up the doors for everybody to sit there and say, man, fuck these dudes. We're going to have to clap back now. Like I said, the whole world is watching, like Lefty said, right? And if they see people like Lefty and Bozo and other cats that are just talking shit, eventually people are going to look at it from a different lens. They don't think about it through like prison politics or through how real street cats think, right? Which is basically all it is woo-wopping, okay? Regular people, if you're trying to get your platform out there and your brand out there, people judge you without even knowing at times. And so, in a lot of senses, the northern rappers had to respond. Now, I didn't agree with, Rico Too Smooth when he went after Chito Ronalds' brother, Jalisco. You know how he got killed in San Jose by some homies out there, some northerners, right? But it is what it is. If Chito Ronalds wouldn't open that door, talking about old boy from Sacramento, then this would have never even happened. There would have been no reason to respond or even mention that. Now, the only thing that's pretty much saving a lot of individuals from like war and get out there on the streets with this rap game is this. There's a far distance from LA to the Bay, the Valley and whatnot. Long distance. So this doesn't really have as much potential that, Chicago has. Look what happened with Chicago rap game, that drill rap. They were killing each other out there. Now, it could start more issues with the upstaters and northerners. Let's not forget about that. There could be a little bit more bloodshed based upon these rap games. And that's the unfortunate thing, that you have a whole group of individuals, or a small group of individuals down in Southern California who are going to extreme efforts to diss the North, knowing damn well they're not going to see no northerner. But this all could be, like I said, it's kind of a sense of running interference. Let's disrupt what they got going up north by talking shit. Now the upstaters have to deal with it. Think about it. Puts the upstaters in a cross, right? Because now if it becomes really funk time, hardcore funk time, shit. Now every show, like you already had the incident that happened in Santa Cruz. Look at that. All that stuff is something that could really happen up north now. So, based upon rappers from down south who are probably not going to run into any of these cats, right? Now you got the upstaters that are having to deal with it on their front doorsteps, which strategically would be a good warfare tactic if you really think about it. It really is. But I didn't think that the Southerners from down south really worry about what's going on up north. In any event, it was a dope track. It did show the unity, and it did show the different levels of the game that you have up north. You have different people from different areas, different age brackets, and they all came on spitting some heat, man. And like I said, it shows that the Northern Cali rap scene, as far as within the raza, is way better than down south. That's my personal opinion. That's what I feel. But a lot of you guys are gonna say that I'm being biased. Nah, just listen to the heat. It's a total different type of game, man. With that said, it's your boy Flacco. I'm gone.